Hello, welcome to U.S. History A, Unit 2, which is about the world in transition. This is an era that we commonly refer to as the Dark Ages, and the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages or whatever. And you'll find out from your focus notes and your discussion posts that really the Dark Ages were really only happening in Europe at the time, and the rest of the world was doing just fine. So we'll talk about it. First of all, the reason that it's called the Dark Ages is because of the fall of Rome. Okay, Rome had been around for as long as anyone could remember at this point, and Rome fell for a lot of different reasons. One, communication, between this giant, huge civilization that took up basically the entire known world at the time wasn't at its best. Okay, people couldn't text each other or whatever, and information didn't flow quite as quickly as it needed to, probably, and so Rome fell. However, the thing that took over after Rome fell was Islam. And Islam spread like wildfire, and it was taking over um, everywhere. Really, people were joining the religion, doing everything that they needed to. It was a big deal. All right. So then, because of that, we had feudalism. Okay, and you've probably heard of that, right? Where we have the lords that are at the top, and then we have the serfs that are at the bottom. Okay, and in between, you have the knights and all of that stuff. The king, I guess, was at the top. um, and then you have the lords of the manors and the knights and all of that stuff. Okay, and after, as Islam was becoming more and more of a thing, Christianity, the Christians decided that they wanted to take over Jerusalem. So they led in a series of, and you'll talk about this in your discussion post, there were a series of unfortunate events called the Crusades, and that was where they tried to take over Jerusalem, which was, for the most part, very unsuccessful. Okay, um, but the cool thing about the Crusades was that people who had never left the little town that they grew up in, were leaving the towns that they grew up in, and they went to other towns, and they found out that there were other things that they could do and that they could eat, and they really liked the taste of these spices from India, and holy smokes, they were amazing, and they wanted these for their food. And so this really sparked the age of exploration, because people decided that they wanted to get out of their own towns, and um, they wanted to see what the world had in store for them. Okay, all right. And then over in China, things were fabulous. In China was growing miraculously, and they were inventing things like fireworks, and they had just amazing inventions that were going on in China at this time. So China was definitely not having any dark ages at this point in time. Anyway, so that's kind of an explanation of what was going on during this age. You don't have a project for this unit. All you have is your discussion post and your focus notes for that discussion post. And I really think that the video that goes with the discussion post is pretty dang funny. So I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye bye.